Why does Python's hash of infinity have the digits of pi? The hash of infinity in Python has digits matching pi. Is that just a coincidence or is it intentional?
Summary: it's not a coincidence. _pi_hash_inf is hard-coded as 314,159 in the default Python implementation of Python, and was picked as an arbitrary value, obviously from the digits of pi, by Tim Peters in 2000. The value of hash float_inf is one of the system-dependent parameters of the built-in hash function for numeric types, and is also available as sys.hash_info.inf in Python 3. Same results with PyP2. In terms of code, hash is a built-in function. Calling it on a Python float object invokes the function whose pointer is given by the tp_hash attribute of the built-in float type, pytype object pyfloat_type, which is the float_hash function, defined as return_pi_hash_v of _4, which in turn has where _pi_hash_inf is defined as 314,159. In terms of history, the first mention of 314,159 in this context in the Python code, you can find this with git bisect or git log s 314,159p, was added by Tim Peters in August 2000, in what is now commit 39/293, in the Python git repository. The commit message says, "Fix for this URL." This was a misleading bug. The true bug was that hash x gave an error return when x is an infinity. Fix that. Added new pi_is_infinity macro to piport.h. Rearranged code to reduce growing duplication in hashing of float and complex numbers, pushing Trent's earlier stab at that to a logical conclusion. Fixed exceedingly rare bug where hashing of floats could return -1 even if there wasn't an error. Didn't waste time trying to construct a test case, it was simply obvious from the code that it could happen. Improved complex hash so that hash complex x, y, doesn't systematically equal hash complex y, x, anymore. In particular, in this committee ripped out the code of static long float_hash pyfloat object v in object/float object.c and made it just return _pi_hash v of _4, and in the definition of long_pi_hash v in object/object.c added the lines. So as mentioned, it was an arbitrary choice. Note that 271,828 is formed from the first few decimal digits of v. Related later commits. By Mark Dickinson in April 2010, also, making the decimal type behave similarly. By Mark Dickinson in April 2010, also, moving this check to the top and adding test cases. By Mark Dickinson in May 2010 as issue 8188, completely rewriting the hash function to its current implementation, but retaining this special case, giving the constant a name _pi_hash_inf, also removing the 271,828 which is why in Python 3, hash float_inf, returns -314,159 rather than -271,828 as it does in Python 2. By Raymond Hettinger in Jan 2011, adding an explicit example in the What's New for Python 3.2 of sys.hash_info showing the above value. See here. By Stefan Krah in March 2012 modifying the decimal module, but keeping this hash. By Christian Haynes in November 2013, moved the definition of _pi_hash_inf from include/report.h to include/pi_hash.h where it now lives.
_pi_hash_inf is defined as a constant equal to 314,159. I can't find any discussion about this, or comments giving a reason. I think it was chosen more or less arbitrarily. I imagine that as long as they don't use the same meaningful value for other hashes, it shouldn't matter.
Indeed. Returns 314,159. The value is not generated, it's built into the source code. In fact, returns minus 271,828, or approximately E. In Python 2, it's minus 314,159 now. The fact that the two most famous irrational numbers of all time are used as the hash values makes it very unlikely to be a coincidence.